Die. Doubt is the world's default setting. From the moment you're born, society starts planting seeds of hesitation in your mind. They tell you to be careful, to stay safe, to avoid risk, to wait for the right time. And slowly, without even realizing it, people are trained to second-guess every move they want to make. Is gonna die. That hesitation is why most people never achieve anything extraordinary. They've built their entire life inside the walls of what if? What if I fail? What if I'm not ready? What if it doesn't work? That what if becomes a prison, and the bars are forged from doubt. The truth is, die. Most people live as prisoners inside their own heads. They don't need someone else to hold them back. Their own hesitation is enough. You see it every day. People with talent, people with ambition, people with dreams. But they pause, they wait, they hesitate. And in that pause, in that tiny moment of doubt, opportunity slips away. Someone else who's ready to act takes the prize, and the one who hesitated is left with excuses. This is the difference between winners and the forgotten majority. Winners act while others are still thinking about acting. Doubt feels safe. It gives you the illusion of control. Like if you wait long enough, you'll find the perfect time. But the perfect time doesn't exist. Life will always have uncertainty, and the longer you sit and wait for clarity, the further success moves from your reach. Doubt is a comfortable poison. It keeps you from pain in the short term. Gonna die, but it kills your growth in the long term. And if you let it, it will rob you of your entire potential. The reality is brutal, but simple hesitation is the enemy. Every second you hesitate, someone else is moving. Every second you question yourself, someone else is building, grinding, creating, taking what could have been yours. You might think doubt protects you, but all it does is guarantee you'll never know what you're capable of. People spend years waiting for certainty, waiting for a sign, waiting for the stars to align. And then one day they wake up older, weaker, is gonna die and filled with regret because they realized the only thing that stopped them was the hesitation they chose to obey. The people who rise beyond average are not people who never felt doubt. They're the people who felt it and acted anyway. They understand that doubt will always be there. Is gonna die. That voice in your head telling you to slow down, to be cautious, to play it safe. It never disappears. The difference is they don't negotiate with it. They don't let hesitation sit in the driver's seat. They use it as fuel. They see it as proof that they're pushing into unknown territory, which means they're growing. Die. If you feel no doubt, you're not moving forward, you're standing still. Think about it. Every time you doubted yourself in the past, every time you thought you weren't ready and you acted anyway, what happened? You survived, you grew, you got stronger. Doubt is nothing more than a test. And most people fail because they treat it as a stop sign instead of a green light. The moment you decide to rise beyond doubt, you flip the script. You stop being a prisoner and you start being a player in the game. This is why hesitation is the cage of average. It's why most people never get rich. Never build their dream body, never chase the life they secretly want. They let doubt rule them. But the ones who rise, the ones who build empires, the ones who live with fire, they feel the same doubt, and instead of freezing, they move. That's how you turn uncertainty into opportunity. You act while everyone else is stuck in hesitation. That's how you win. Uncertainty is not your enemy. It's the clearest proof that you're alive, that you're moving, that you're playing the game instead of watching from the sidelines. Think about it, every great story, every great victory. Every great transformation in history came from someone stepping into the unknown. Nobody who changed the world had a map that told them exactly how to do it. They didn't know the outcome. They didn't know if they'd succeed. What they knew was that staying still meant nothing would ever change. Most people want guarantees. Is gonna die. They want certainty before they act. They want to know exactly how it'll turn out before they take the risk. That's why most people never experience greatness. Life doesn't hand out guarantees. The only guarantee is that if you wait for certainty, you'll be waiting forever. Uncertainty is the price of growth. Gonna die. The toll you pay to cross into a better version of yourself. If you refuse to pay the toll, you stay exactly where you are. Think of the people who built empires, who created revolutions, who started businesses, who stepped into the arena. Do you think they were comfortable? Do you think they knew it would all work out?
No.
They felt the same uncertainty you feel. The same fear, the same doubts, the same unknowns. The difference is they took the leap anyway. They understood that uncertainty isn't a weakness, it's the playground of possibility. Here's the raw truth. If your life feels too certain, too predictable, too safe, it means you're not doing anything that matters. Certainty feels comfortable because it's built on routine. You wake up, you do the same thing, you stay in the same lane, and nothing changes. Comfort kills ambition. Comfort sedates potential. Uncertainty, on the other hand, wakes you up. It demands something from you. It tests whether you're willing to grow or whether you'll back down. The people who thrive are the ones who see uncertainty and smile, because they know this is where others freeze, and this is where they get ahead. When everyone else is paralyzed by the unknown, they move forward. They take the risk. They step into the storm, they roll the dice. That's why they win. They use uncertainty as their stage, their weapon, their proving ground. You need to flip how you see it. Stop asking for certainty. Start looking for uncertainty. Start chasing the situations that make your stomach turn, that make your palms sweat. That make your heart race. That feeling isn't weakness, it's growth trying to break through. It's the universe asking you, are you serious about leveling up, or are you content staying average? Most people answer with hesitation. Winners answer with action. And let's be brutally honest, uncertainty makes life worth living. Think about it. If you knew everything that was going to happen to you, every move, every outcome, life would be boring. The game would have no thrill. The adventure would be gone. What makes victory so sweet is that you didn't know if you'd actually get it. What makes success powerful is that it could have gone the other way, but you had the guts to chase it. So when you feel uncertain, stop treating it like a red flag. Treat it like a sign you're exactly where you should be. Die. It means you're on the edge of something new, something bigger, something greater. It means you're not wasting your life in the safety of routine. It means you're alive, and if you're alive, you got a shot. Take it. Step into the unknown. That's where all the rewards are hiding. It's gonna die. Doubt are the most misunderstood forces in the world. People spend their whole lives trying to escape them, hide from them, numb them, or pretend they don't exist. But here's the truth. You'll never get rid of fear, and you'll never silence doubt completely. They're part of being human. Die. The real difference between those who stay average and those who rise to greatness is how they use that energy. Most people let fear paralyze them. Champions turn it into fuel. Fear it is energy. That tightness in your chest, that rush in your stomach, that nervous voice in your head, it's raw power. Die. The question is, do you let it choke you or do you redirect it? Think about a fire. Fire can burn down your house if you let it run wild, but the same fire can cook your food, heat your home, forge steel. Fear works the same way. Left, unchecked, it destroys you. Controlled and redirected. Die. It becomes the exact thing that pushes you beyond your limits. Look at every person who's achieved something remarkable. They weren't fearless. They weren't superhuman. They were scared. They doubted themselves. They felt the same uncertainty you do. But instead of letting that fear shut them down, is gonna die. They let it light them up. They took the adrenaline, the nerves, the pressure, and they poured it into action. Fear gave them focus. Doubt gave them drive. That's why they performed at levels other people only dream about. The weak believe they need to wait until the fear goes away before they can move. That's a lie. Die. If you wait till you're not afraid, you'll never start. The strongest people in the world are not the ones without fear. They're the ones who learn to operate with fear sitting on their shoulders. They don't run from it. They invite it in and make it work for them. You need to reframe fear. Every time you feel it, die. It's a sign you're about to do something meaningful. Nobody feels fear eating breakfast or brushing their teeth. You feel it when you're stepping into new territory, when you're chasing something uncertain, when you're reaching for more. That means fear is a compass. Die. It points you toward the areas of your life where growth is waiting. If you only walk in the directions that feel safe, you'll never find anything new. Doubt works the same way. Most people let it poison them, let it convince them they're not ready, not good enough, not capable. But if you're sharp, gonna die, you'll see doubt as fuel. Doubt tells you there's something to prove. Doubt gives you the fire to sharpen your skills, to prepare harder, to push deeper. Doubt forces you to earn confidence through action instead of just wishing for it. Without doubt, you'd get lazy. With doubt, you've got a reason to sharpen your sword. Die. Imagine standing in a fight, your opponent across from you. If you feel no fear, you'll be sloppy. You'll underestimate them. But if you feel fear, your senses sharpen. Your eyes focus. Your body prepares. You're alive, you're present, and you're dangerous. Fear makes you alert. Doubt makes you disciplined. This is why the greats thrive under pressure. They've trained themselves to use the energy that makes others crumble. So stop wishing fear away. Stop thinking doubt is weakness. They're not signs you should quit. They're signs you're exactly where you're supposed to be. Take that energy and channel it. Die. Use it to fuel your preparation, your training, your discipline, your execution. The very thing that makes others freeze is the thing that can push you forward with twice the power. That's the difference between those who rise and those who stay stuck. Champions don't escape fear and doubt. They weaponize them. Die. Most people are stuck because they believe they need confidence before they can act. They think they have to feel ready, feel strong, feel certain, and only then can they take the leap. That belief is the biggest trap holding people down. Confidence doesn't come before action. It comes after. It's gonna die. It's not the spark that starts the fire. It's the smoke that proves the fire exists. Action is what destroys hesitation. Action is what builds confidence. Think about it. The first time you try anything, you're uncertain, you're shaky, you're doubting yourself. But the second time, you're a little better. The third time, better still. By the 10th time, what used to terrify you now feels natural. What changed? Not your fear magically disappearing, not your confidence appearing out of thin air. What changed was repetition, action. Every move forward sharpened your skill, and with skill comes confidence. Die. But most people never reach that point because hesitation eats them alive. They wait, they stall, they analyze every possibility. And in the process of trying to think their way into confidence, they lose momentum. Hesitation is a slow death. It keeps you in your head and out of the world. Die. The only way to kill hesitation is to act faster than your doubt can talk you out of it. When you take action, even imperfect action, you rob doubt of its power. The voice in your head gets weaker because reality starts proving it wrong. That's the trick. People think confidence is a mindset. No, it's evidence. Die. It's proof built by actions stacked on top of each other. You can't talk your way into confidence. You have to earn it. And the only way to earn it is to move, to act, to step forward before you feel ready. Look at athletes, fighters, entrepreneurs, anyone operating at a high level. None of them were born confident. Is gonna die. They weren't waiting for some magic surge of certainty to begin. They acted, they failed, they adjusted, they kept moving. And each action became a brick in the wall of confidence they stand on today. You know what hesitation creates? Regret. You sit there thinking about what could have been, what you should have done. Is gonna die, what you might have achieved if only you'd acted. That regret piles up, and the more you hesitate, the heavier it gets. But when you take action, even if you fall short, you gain data, you gain growth, you gain momentum. Failure from action is a lesson. Failure from hesitation is just decay. The beauty of action is that it compounds. The first step might be shaky, the second step might still be messy. But with every step, your belief grows. Suddenly what once felt impossible becomes automatic. People look at you and think you're fearless. But the truth is, Die. You just moved enough times that confidence became your natural state. Action built the foundation they can't see. Here's the harsh truth: the world doesn't reward thoughts, wishes, or intentions. It rewards execution. You don't get remembered for what you wanted to do. You get remembered for what you did. Die. And if you're waiting for the day you feel ready, you'll be waiting your entire life. Readiness doesn't come before the leap. It comes after you've already jumped. So stop hesitating. Stop waiting for confidence to appear out of nowhere. Act now. Take the risk. Make the move. Speak before you're ready. Die. Step forward while you're scared. That single act will put you in motion, and motion is everything. Because once you're moving, hesitation dies. And once hesitation dies, confidence is born. The world isn't going to bend for you. Life isn't going to slow down, soften up, or suddenly play fair. Too many people waste their energy complaining about how unfair things are, how the system is against them, how the world is too harsh. Guess what? They're right. The world is unfair, it is harsh, and it will never stop being that way. But winners don't waste time crying about it. Winners understand a simple law. Die. Control what you can, adapt to what you can't. Most people hand over their power by obsessing over things beyond their control. They complain about the economy, the government, their circumstances, their past. None of that changes because of their complaining. They think life should get easier, and when it doesn't, die, they collapse. But here's the brutal truth: life doesn't get easier, you get stronger. You don't need the world to bend, you need to sharpen yourself, so no matter what comes, you can handle it. Discipline is the foundation. Discipline is control. You can't stop storms from coming. Die, but you can prepare your ship to withstand them. You can't control the chaos of the world, but you can control your body, your habits, your mindset, your preparation. That's why discipline is your way of saying, I refuse to be at the mercy of things I can't control. While others drown in excuses, die, you build armor. Think about it: if you wake up every day waiting for things to settle down before you act, you'll be waiting forever. There will always be obstacles, always be challenges, always be setbacks. The world won't suddenly clear the path for you. Instead, the path gets tougher the higher you climb. Die. That's not a curse, it's the test. And the only way to pass is to be sharper than the obstacles in front of you. The weak think adapting means giving up. They think it means lowering the bar, accepting mediocrity. Wrong. Adapting means adjusting your strategy without changing your mission. Die. The mission stays the same. You win, you succeed, you build. The method may change because the world throws curveballs, but you never stop moving forward. Adaptation is how you survive the chaos without losing sight of the goal. Winners live by this: focus only on what you can control and let go of everything else. Die. If it's in your hands, handle it with full force. If it's out of your hands, don't waste a second of energy on it. That's how you stay sharp while everyone else drowns in frustration. Look at the strongest individuals, the ones who thrive no matter what. It's not because the world treated them kindly. Die. It's because they built discipline into their bones. When the economy crashed, they adapted. When people betrayed them, they adjusted. When setbacks hit, they didn't cry, they recalibrated. That's the mindset that makes you unstoppable. You can't break someone who knows how to bend and come back harder. Gonna die. This is why discipline isn't optional, it's survival. Every rep in the gym, every hour of focus, every disciplined decision is building your ability to handle chaos. You're sharpening your blade, so when the world throws its worst, you cut straight through it. Life will test you. It will throw storms, betrayals, failures, die, and pain at you. You don't get to choose the test, but you do get to choose whether you walk into it prepared. So stop wasting energy on what's outside your control. Stop expecting life to ease up for you. It won't. Instead, take absolute command over yourself. Your body, your mind, your time, your focus. Master them. Gonna die. Because the world isn't gonna get easier. The only way forward is for you to get sharper, stronger, more disciplined. Control what you can, adapt to what you can't, and you'll rise while everyone else breaks. Most people quit when they hit doubt. The moment things stop feeling certain, is gonna die. The moment the outcome isn't guaranteed, they fold, they retreat back into safety, back into comfort, back into the little box where nothing changes. That's why the world is full of quitters. They don't lack talent. They don't lack opportunity. They lack the ability to keep moving forward when everything feels uncertain. Die. And that's why doubt is your unfair advantage. Because if you can keep moving while others freeze, you'll always win. Understand this: doubt is the dividing line. On one side is the mass of people who back down. On the other side are the rare few who push through. And because the majority quit, die, the opportunities on the other side of doubt are wide open. That's where the money is. That's where the victories are. That's where greatness hides. Got the moment doubt shows up, and if you refuse to quit, you suddenly have less competition. You've felt it before. That voice in your head that says, die. What if I fail? What if I'm not ready? What if I'm wasting my time? That's doubt trying to pull you back into average. But here's the truth: if you're feeling that voice, you're on the right track, because it means you're stepping into new territory. You're expanding. Is gonna die. You're pushing past the limits of where you've been. And when most people hear that voice, they stop. But you're not most people. You weaponize it. Turning doubt into dominance means flipping the script. Instead of letting uncertainty paralyze you, you let it excite you. You realize that when you feel unsure, gonna die, you're exactly where growth happens. You realize that doubt is a signal that you're not wasting your life repeating the same cycles. You realize that every great reward lies just past the point where most people gave up. Here's the harsh reality: dominance isn't built in comfort. Dominance is built in chaos. Die. Champions are made in the moments where everything feels shaky, where nobody knows what's going to happen, where doubt is screaming the loudest. While others collapse, champions dig in deeper. They keep showing up, keep grinding, keep swinging. That's why they dominate, because doubt breaks everyone else. Think about it. The world doesn't need another person who stops at the first sign of struggle. It doesn't need another quitter. The world rewards the ones who walk straight into uncertainty and plant their flag anyway. When others are waiting for certainty, you take action. When others are second guessing, you're already 3 moves ahead. When others quit, you're still standing. That's how you dominate, by refusing to bow to the same weakness that rules everybody else. Doubt is also the filter that reveals who you really are. Anybody can move forward when things are clear, easy, and guaranteed. But when doubt steps in, is gonna die. When you don't know how it will play out, when you have every reason to stop, what do? That decision defines you. You either quit and join the crowd, or you double down and separate yourself forever. So let the masses quit. Let them hesitate, let them wait, let them drown in uncertainty. That's their fate. Die, but not yours. Your path is different. You turn that doubt into drive. You let it sharpen you, not weaken you. You keep walking when the road disappears, because you know that's exactly where the real rewards live. Dominance doesn't come from being fearless. It comes from moving forward despite the fear, despite the doubt. Despite the uncertainty. Every time you do that, you grow stronger. Every time you refuse to quit, you widen the gap between you and the rest. That's how you rise. That's how you win. That's how you take doubt and turn it into dominance.